Hi there, Andre here from Peak Motorcycles. This video is my review of 2022. It didn't quite go as I expected, and though there were a lot of good times, it was also quite a difficult year, for reasons I'll come on to shortly. I started off the year with the London Motorcycle Show in February, where it was great to fill in some of the gaps from the brands that had brought out new things since EICMA and Motorcycle Live in 21. I then got to have a go at flat track riding, riding a modified Royal Enfield Himalayan with no front brake around a dirt oval in Lincolnshire. It was a completely new thing for me and a new riding style that I'd never encountered before. I just got used to using my front brake too much. Shortly after that, my own Royal Enfield Scram 411 turned up, which was great fun riding that around the Peak District and on some of the lanes. Also in April, the van that I ordered more than a year before finally arrived and went to the converters to be turned into a motorcycle van. I did the first couple of videos about the van, and then we started running into some problems, so I stopped. And then a couple of months later, they actually went bust. I did finally get my van back and fixed up some of the things that they'd done, but unfortunately it then pretty much stayed the same until I was able to take it to another converters just recently. So I'm hoping that the rest of the content around converting that van and finishing it will be coming along in the new year. Towards the end of April, there was the ABR Island Rally, which was a great opportunity to just go away for a couple of days, just 2 nights, taking the fast ferry on the Friday and on the Sunday, and having a glorious day on the Saturday, riding I think around 180 miles around Ireland, seeing some really stunning scenery, including some of the Wild Atlantic Way. In May there was the Mini Mac Festival, which was over at Nick Sanders' place in West Wales, where I got to ride on road and trails and listen to some great live music and drink some excellent beer. It did run out, but then suddenly magically some more appeared. In June there was the ABR Festival, and I had intended to do quite a lot of content from there. I did get to ride the Ducati Desert X on knobblies on the off-road trail, also a Benelli 125 TNT, a Triumph 1200 XC and other bikes. Unfortunately, most of the videos that I took at ABR didn't really see the light of day until much later. In August my CCM Spitfire arrived, which has been great fun, just riding that round the Peak District. Completely impractical, but I love the way they're made and it's surprisingly fun to ride. About the time when I was supposed to be on tour in Romania, you might have noticed that there were a few more garage videos that came out. And then from September onwards, things went quiet until I went to EICMA in Milan in November and then Motorcycle Live in December. And I finished off the year with a couple of things done in cold weather, one of which was riding the new BSA Gold Star, and the other was having a go at trials riding with Trials Day down in Leek, not far from where I live in the Peak District. There were also several other things through the year which I had planned to go to and I think I'd talked about, but you might have noticed that there were no videos. So that included Dorothy's Speed Shop's Devon Dakar, which was a treasure hunt based down in Devon that looked amazing. There was my tour to Romania with Magellan Motorcycle Tours. There was another tour to Morocco that I was supposed to do in November. There was the Nick Sanders Adventure Gathering at the end of August. There was the Overland event at the beginning of September, and there was the Armchair Adventure Festival at the end of September. Now, unfortunately, in March of this year, my wife was diagnosed with cancer. She had chemotherapy from March through until June, and at the end of June, just after the ABR Festival, we were told that she was being moved to palliative care, and it was just a matter of time. So most of the summer we spent together. She took a turn for the worse in September, and unfortunately she died on October the 6th. So if you're wondering why there was big gaps in content, it's because when something like that happens, it really gives you a sense of perspective about what is important and what isn't. And spending time riding motorbikes and creating videos, fun though it can be, really isn't something that I had time for. The reason I started up again with EICMA was because I did feel I needed to get out and about and do things again. So hopefully some of that content proved useful, and it certainly gave me a bit more enthusiasm to pick up and carry on with Peak Motorcycles into 2023. What I would like to say is thank you to everyone who has supported the channel this year. It's been probably the hardest year of my life, and the time I have been able to spend doing things with motorbikes was a really useful distraction when I really needed it. I haven't been able to do any of the long trips, and there's several other things I'd hoped to do that I had to cancel. But despite that, I'm delighted to say that the channel now has over 8,000 subscribers. I think I just recently passed 1.8 million views. And for something to take your mind off things, just to keep going, that's been a real bonus. So I can't thank you enough for watching, commenting, liking, all that social media stuff that people do. It probably doesn't feel like much when you're doing it, but I really, really appreciate it. That's everything really that I can say about 2022. There's videos of much of what I've talked about on the channel, and while it hasn't been an easy one, and the last few months in particular have been extremely difficult, I am looking forward to 2023. Life does go on and you have to carry on, and I intend to. So there will be a video coming out shortly talking about what's coming up in 2023. I just need to work out what that is. So thank you for watching, and maybe I'll see you next time.